fucking go!
Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm like a zoomer. Okay. EGWHITE coming with the heat.
I stay fooling with my bot, my tunes will make your speakers hot.
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Joining me, as always, is Micah. What's going on, big fella?
Jesus Christ, man. Get your words together. You're stuttering worse than I am.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotta get it together. I'm sorry. I need another drink. That's my problem. Speaking of having a drink, we have a very special guest here on the show today. We got Drunkmin here with us. How are you doing, buddy?
I am doing fucking excellent. I'm ready to get this show on the road, boys.
Now, I wanted to bring you on the show today to talk about an issue that's very near and dear to me, to us, to all radical centrists, and that's the criminalization of drunk driving. It's something that affects us all, you know? You have to have a few drinks when you wake up in the morning, stop the shakes, and then who's going to take your kid to school if you don't, you know? Oh, I can get pulled over just for that, just for being a beverage driver. You know, to me, beverage drivers, they're being charged with what is essentially a thought crime. You know, I've not crashed into anyone. I've not run anyone off the road. I'm not even speeding, right? And I'm not doing anything wrong. They're just pulling me over under the assumption that if I keep driving, maybe something bad will happen. I have some sort of increased risk factor.
Well, it's a thought crime where you're not even having the thoughts. It's the people that are oppressing you having the thoughts about you.
Exactly. And you know, I just wanted to know what you think about this, Drunkmin. What's your what do you think about the criminalization of drunk driving?
I will say that was quite a biting assessment. That was very, very cutting edge, and I think that almost everything you said was correct. And here's what I'm going to say about it. So what got me into drunk driving, what got me started down this path was my uncle. He got into a horrific drunk driving accident about 8 years ago. And to this day, I still don't know how he even got into his car after all those beers. I'm totally fucking with you. No, fuck that shit.
Wait, what? You're not? Am I misunderstanding you here? Are you not into drunk driving?
No, I'm absolutely into drunk driving.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That kind of sounds like anti-drunk driving propaganda that you'd see from the state. Like, oh, my uncle, he crashed into some kids.
No,
like, no one ever does that.
I think you guys missed the joke there. I was just saying he was suffered a horrific drunk driving incident, and I don't know how he got into the car after all those beers. It was shitty. It was one of those my grandpa fell off the guard tower at Auschwitz type jokes.
It's still going over my head.
His grandpa caused the accident, you darn.
Yes, it's fucking.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ, Orion.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, but fucking mask off. Though,
Yeah,
like,
come on. Let's get serious here, though.
Unironically victimless crime, to be honest. Like, in my opinion, if people really held like consistent views, if they held their energy, it's like the pit bull fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? You have these broads who are like, blame the deed, not the breed. But then, drunk driver causes a horrific accident. Well, did you know that most accidents are caused by sober drivers, gentlemen?
That's true.
And
that is
did
absolutely
the research.
True.
I looked into this because this is a research and facts and logic based show, and data from the U.S. Department of Transportation states that all like crash fatalities of all of them, only 28% involve alcohol. So despite only being the cause of 28% of traffic deaths, drunk drivers are being persecuted and oppressed 100% of the time.
Big facts. Big Sober does not want you to know that your seatbelt was purpose designed to be used as a bottle opener.
Exactly.
They're hiding these facts. These are demons.
They want to take it away from you. They give it to you, and then they just want to hoodwink you.
Yep, they feed you their poison so they can sell you their medicine.
It's just disgusting to me. Like, you know, Mike could talk, and you talk about how these drunk drivers, they don't even account for all these accidents. I drunk drive every day, and I've never crashed and gotten caught.
That is better than most sober people, man. I mean, come on. I mean, the facts are staring us in the face, people. people. We need to end beveraged operating oppression right now. Okay, and my
Because
first target is drunk drivers against mothers. Oh, do they make me mad?
drunk drivers against mothers, is that
I
like
haven't heard of that group.
a
so
counter
I haven't-
signal organization to mothers against drunk driving?
Yes. Fucking, they're my competition, man. They're trying to muscle me out of the fucking pro drunk driving activist game.
Now, I would hope that we could all come together for this important issue and not, amongst the drunk driving community. I don't want to see this infighting. I want to see us, come together because it should be a nonpartisan issue. The left should say, it's bodily autonomy and, we hate the cops because we hate our dads. And rightoids should be, they should say we support freedom. We support the freedom to choose to operate a vehicle while driving drunk, This
what
is
do you-
something that both sides should come together on.
It should be a
But they just
constitutionally
refuse to.
guaranteed right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
A
they're like bodily autonomy,
constitutionally.
like you said. Let me butt chug a fucking Budweiser before I go for a drive, okay? I'm a red-blooded American, and I need my goddamn alcohol colonics, okay?
So what do you think the motivation is then? What do you think the real motivation is behind
I
like the
think-
targeting and persecution?
I think honestly that they're afraid because as a mentor, an angel on this earth, and a mouthpiece of the Lord himself, our good saint Terry A. Davis spoketh. You can see the CIA slurs when you're driving. You run them over. You hit them with your car. You run them over. Okay. And what does that
I
mean
wouldn't
for
imagine.
the drunk driver?
I wouldn't imagine you'd be able to see anything like that well when you're drunk.
I don't know. I mean, I get J.J. Abrams lens flares, bro.
I,
I see glow in the darks, and I make sure that I hit them every time.
It gives you a like drinking. It's like Popeye when he does the spinach for
It's
you,
like-
right?
Yeah, it's like when fucking
That's your spinach.
It's like when Rowdy Roddy Piper gets the fucking sunglasses and they live. You expand your mind. You start to understand Big Sober's schemes.
Big Sober, they really do like target and attack us. They tell us that we're some increased risk group, that we're going to go out and because of our state of mind, we're somehow going to be hurting or attacking other people with our vehicles. But we allow women to drive, we allow teenagers to drive, we allow Asians to drive, okay? And they're not getting pulled over and being told, oh, yeah, there's an increased risk factor here. We got to give you this $10,000 fucking ticket and take you to jail. And so, like, if they can drive around, why should I, as a man who's had, like, 6 or 7 drinks tops at this bar, be subjected to this authoritarianism? It makes no sense, man.
No, I 100% wholeheartedly agree. Like I said, it's all schemed by Big Sober, man. You can't read too much into it. These people, they have no lives. They're constantly online. They do not touch grass. I'll tell you right now, the glow-in-the-darks do not touch grass. And I think they will all be judged by the Lord our God in the final
the
days.
glow in the darks being Big Sober because when you're sober, your skin tends to glow more
You do.
than
You
if
glow
you're like
because you
sullen
don't
and sunk
have
from
the Lord's jaundice. That's it.
the Lord's.
It's a blessing, brother, not a curse.
Yeah,
gotta ask you,
that's
how
so true.
How do you keep your spirits, no pun intended, high when you have all these forces working against you from Big Sober? You got the law, the politicians, the militant wing of Big Sober being AA. What are you doing to fight back?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. All of you watching, you can go to For Loco, Rookie Drunk Driver posting on Facebook, and you can leave a 5-star review rating my driving skills as a drunk.
Link in the description.
Link in the description, link in the chat.
Link in the.
Link in the comments, link in the chat, link in the sausage, link in the Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time.
Comment below where you're drunk driving at right now.
Can you really tell me? Listen to this man in his rapid fire mind. You're telling me that this guy isn't good to drive right now? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't
telling
think
you,
so,
man.
guys.
This is Big Sober's greatest point of gaslighting. They don't want you to know that we exist. Sharp as a tack, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My driving skills rival that of the legendary Dale Earnhardt when I'm drinking. I channel his spirit through me. It's unreal. You'd have to see it.
Now, I have a pretty tragic story of of drunk drivers being persecuted. People people just trying to live their lives and worship God and being taken down for it, right? So I know a guy, he went to church one Sunday morning. And what do you do when you're at church? You fucking go up there and you drink the blood of Christ. That is what every
Literally.
God-fearing person does. You go and you drink the blood of Christ. Now,
Yes,
maybe
sir.
you go to the back and you get a few bottles of the blood of Christ and you go to the bathroom during the boring part of the sermon and you drink, a lot of Christ's blood. And so this guy, after worshiping God, being wholesome chungus, he drives home. And what happens? He gets pulled over, he gets arrested. I mean, this is, persecuting a religion, a religious minority. That's what it is to me. And to
I
see
agree.
that happen to someone, like, that's what Big Sober wants. They look at that, and these ghouls, this cabal of ghouls, will
Here
just
we fucking go.
sitting there at their AA meetings, like, yes, kill the drunk driver.
Rubbing
What the fuck,
their
man?
hands together, their claws, their talons. I'm telling you, man.
Their talent.
They are a devious bunch, Big Sober. And now let me ask you, a man who goes behind the pulpit and gets more blood of Christ, ask yourself, a man full to the brim of the blood of Christ, penetrating his liver, is he not the most holy and pious of men?
He's filled with the Spirit.
He's a saint. He's a saint. And if he dies of alcohol poisoning, he may be martyred. So there's that.
Now, you might be asking yourself, like, are there like solutions to this? Like, surely we don't need to like overthrow the government to like get our rights back as drunk drivers, because there are people that drink and they're unable to handle it. Their relationships with their families go in the shitter. They treat people wrong. You see it all the. I'm sorry, 1 second. Shay, go get me a fucking beer. Now!
Yeah! Tell him!
I'm fucking thirsty now. My bitch girlfriend, she takes so long to give me another beer. Stupid
God.
bitch. It's not in the freezer, it's
She's
in
not
the
being
fridge.
very supportive of the show. Very
I'm working.
disappointing.
Oh, what am I supposed to open this with?
Sometimes you gotta teach him a lesson, man.
What am I supposed to... What the fuck? She just hands me a beer with a bottle cap on it?
Unreal, dude. She should have
Stupid
opened it with her
cunt.
fucking teeth. Unreal. The disrespect.
Well, while we wait for that, I'll just keep saying some people can't handle their alcohol consumption, and it really negatively, affects their families, their relationships.
It makes me fucking mad. It makes me angry. I mean, I might act irrational. I might assault my fucking girlfriend.
And so,
In
some
Minecraft.
people,
I might go
they
goblin mode.
they can't keep their relationships in check. They can't drive correctly. So my solution to this is that we should be able to go to the DMV and take a driving test
Get
while
your drunk
drunk.
driver's license.
Dude, oh
And
my
get your
God.
drunk driver's license, right? You go in,
That's extreme.
you blow into the
Yeah.
You blow into the fucking thing, and it's like, oh, okay, you're at like 0.22. And then you
Right.
pass the test. Now your license reflects that you are able to drive responsibly at this point.
See, it's amazing.
so
It's amazing to
grill-pilled.
me. I hear the way that you guys speak, and it's amazing to me that in this crazy, twisted, psychopathic world we live in, that we, us gentlemen, are considered extremist. I simply want to be able to operate my vehicle while beveraged, and I'm the extremist. Everyone else wants to pump your kids full of hormones. They want to sacrifice you to Moloch. I just want to fucking drink and drive, for God's sake. And y'all just want to grill, for God's sake. I plead, I beg for bipartisan action. The grillers and the fucking drinkers. We're gonna rise up, boys.
Epic buff arm handshake moment, dude. Right there. Because
Simply
that really is
epic.
you and us. Like we need to band together to make this happen. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see infighting in our communities because we're so aligned in these goals.
We can't
And
affect change. We can't affect change. What good is a barbecue without some fucking beer?
That's very true.
it's
That's very
nothing.
true.
It's what is that? That's like a potluck, and that's
Fact.
communism.
That's nerd shit, bro. That's
And
nerd
that's
shit. That's your grandma's shit. Fucking potluck.
Fuck that shit. And some people, they probably have been listening to this and they're thinking, I'm still not convinced.
Somehow.
I need to see a source. I need to see a source that proves that drunk drivers
Source?
are chads. And luckily for you, the viewer today, I do have a source to back up my claim. We'll go ahead and watch that now.
Oh my goodness. Off to a good start.
We've all been here. We've all been this guy.
Oh my god, I'm gripped. I'm gripped by the cinematography already. Whoa. Is he selling out?
No.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Damn.
And see, he's not doing anything wrong. He's just enjoying a brew when he's going about his life.
Post-sex beer beats post-sex cigarette.
Oh, all the time.
At the AA meeting.
The anonymous alcoholic.
Cheers! Hey!
Here we go. There we go.
That guy's just like, yeah, I'm such a Chad. Yeah. And then look at this.
Oh my god, it's the 5-0, dude.
Oh, shit.
You are witnessing oppression in real time, gentlemen. Please tell me the cops
Fucking
gonna-
pig.
King.
Persevere.
They just make it look appetizing. Like, how do you even make that look negative? Do you know what I mean? That guy looks cool as fuck. I don't think anyone watched that video and didn't go, that guy's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I would hang out with that guy. Look, all he's doing, he's going through his life, and he's like, oh yeah, I have like a family, I have like friends, I have like, you know, all this cool stuff going on. I'm just drinking beers throughout it. He's not hurting anyone. He's not doing anything wrong. Even when he's driving, he's not like swerving or anything. He's just enjoying a beverage while he's on a booze cruise.
That is
We've all
literally
been
your
on a booze
average.
cruise.
That is literally your average drunk driver.
Going for a
And
booze
you,
cruise to
you
clear his
can't
head.
convince me otherwise.
Exactly.
That's Big Sober's propaganda right there. That's the best they've got. Okay,
Like I said,
that's
it looks more appetizing, doesn't it? Like, you watch that and you're like, this guy's cool. I want to relate to this guy. This is the protagonist. And even
I
at
wish
the end,
that guy was my fucking dad.
he's smiling the whole time. How does the cop gives him that fucking look in the rearview mirror, and you're like, that guy is butthurt. That dude is butt mad. That agent of Moloch is coping, seething, and mauling because, oh, he lives by the rules. I can't drink and drive my cruiser. Well, maybe if you did, we'd consider you a good public servant. But that's the thing. They're just another arm of Big Sober.
Maybe we wouldn't want to defund the police if they were actually like cool and they're like, oh yeah, like you're drunk driving here, I'll have a beer with you, and you know,
Yeah, keep
just
me
let you
company.
go.
You know, let's bro out.
Yeah, let's bro out for a minute. But
we
that's
need to
not what they
build
want to do.
community trust
anymore.
again, and that's the problem. Is, you know what I mean? Like, they talk about, oh, they're militarizing the police force. Well, replace some of those heavy carbines with heavy fucking percent shitty malt liquor, and we can all have a siesta. We can all sing
40
Kumbaya.
ounces.
I'm sick. Yeah, I'm sick of this. I honestly, I think it would bridge every divide. I think it would bridge class, race, all that. I think the key to all of it is if we just all got cocked and started driving together, man. It's good for you. If your Uber driver pulls up to your fucking driveway and that dude has a fucking Jack and Coke in hand with a cigar, first of all, your Uber driver gets pussy. Second of all, he's gonna get you where you need to go in style.
I mean, I'll tell you this
Absolutely.
much. I don't think if we took the guns from cops, gave them 40-ounce malt liquors, and sent them marching into Baltimore, the situation there couldn't be any worse. Like, it couldn't get
That
worse.
Pepsi commercial with fucking Kylie Jenner or whatever, it would be like that, but in real life and cool
Exactly.
and based.
Because that's what drunk drivers are at the end of the day. We're utopian thinkers, you know. We want to progress society to a place where we're all happy. That's all we want.
Hell
We
yeah,
all just
brother.
want to be happy. Hell yeah, brother. And so we've seen what drunk drivers are like. That is your average drunk driver. And now, when you get caught drunk driving by one of these pig fascists, what do? They slap you with like a 10G fine. They take you to jail. You know, they ruin your fucking life. And I want to show you this next video to show you what speeders get. People who get $200, $300 tickets, slaps on the wrist compared to us.
She's got a smile that it seems
Cringespeeder.mp4. Holy fucking shit.
Memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now we're special place. And if I stayed too long, I'd probably break down and
Here
cry.
comes young Epstein. He detects kids. Joe Biden on his way to sniff a kid, aren't we? Holy shit.
Since 2000, speeding has killed a class
Who
ring of our
greenlit
children.
this? I've seen this before, guys, but who the fuck? I need to know who greenlit this. I have to
Control the
fucking know
consequences
who
if
saw,
you
because
speed.
there's no way. I'm telling you right now, if these guys were like, this is for a serious government program, we need people to not laugh at it. Let's make a good fucking meme of it. And
I
they
laugh.
show you this
It's a
video.
fetish guy. It's a fetish
laugh.
guy, dude. It has to be.
There's no way though. Like you can't have a fucking like. Okay, so we tested this with general audiences, and they thought it was so emotional. People even cried. There's no way that not every viewing of that was just people wheezing with laughter,
Pissing their pants. Yeah.
Just absolutely,
Okay.
bro. Holy
Here's the
shit.
thing: is their focus group was probably all like 50-year-old women who were like, "No,
Not the kids.
not the kids." Like, if they had just one of us here in this focus group, like drinking a beer, relaxing, being a centrist Chad, and we saw that, they would have gotten scared off of it. But that's it. They know that we're not going to stop speeding ever. We're not going
Never.
to stop drunk driving ever because we can handle it, bro. Like, honestly, I'm better at driving when I'm drunk.
Fact.
So it's like, you can't take that away from me. But yeah, I really just wanted to show that video to highlight, like, that's what a speeder, and everyone speeds, okay? That's just an acceptable part of our society is
It
that,
is.
oh, I have to get somewhere quickly, I have to,
Dude, your default
I'm late
setting.
for work, I'm a wagey.
You should get everywhere quick regardless. I mean, I don't care if I'm sober. If I'm on the highway in the left lane and you're doing like 65 or under, I legitimately want to rip your neck from your body and shit down it. Like there's no other way to describe it. I seethe, I cope, and I mauled, and I'll tell you why. Drunk driver oppression's bad, yes, but just Mad Max this shit already. Like, come on, state governments, federal government, get your ass on this. What the people want is if they're behind a slow driver or someone cuts them off, I want to be able to, under a legal level of protection, beat them within an inch of their life with a tire iron. That's all I'm asking for. I don't
It's
feel like
not
it's
a big ask. It's not a big ask.
They call this mutual combat in Chicago. Just give it to me. It's what the people want.
It's not only what the people want, but it's what the people fucking deserve. Especially the people going 60 in the fucking fast lane. Because
Amen,
it's like,
brother.
bro, I got places to be. You're getting in my way. It's over for you, bro.
I'm glad that we're all on the same page about defending speeding. But you did raise a good point. How like you're only going to get like a $50 ticket if you get caught speeding.
Fact.
And obviously we all contribute to way more deaths speeding than drunk drivers will ever do in the history of motor vehicles.
Statistically, yeah.
So we should just be lenient towards both of these activities.
Normalizing it is the first step to healing as a nation, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very controversial statement, and I think that we
It's
need to make
hypocritical.
it less controversial, you know?
Yeah.
Woo! You know what bothers me too about anti-drunk driving people, guys?
Lay
Is
it on
there's a lot of people in like my age group. There'll be like that guy at the party that like, you're just swigging your beer like, oh yeah, I gotta go out and get some puss, bro. I gotta leave. And he'll be like, hey man, you sure you're good to drive, bro? And it's like, dude, every Soylent infused fucking retard who talks about drunk driving is bad, like all of them smoke weed and drive. They'll take like 5 dabs and go to McDonald's because they're fat pieces of shit. And then
And
they'll
that
be
shit
like,
is
oh,
dangerous, bro. You
but
got the
drunk
munchies,
driving-
you'll
Weed
be
is
acting
extremely
strange.
dangerous.
You'll be acting reckless. Reefer madness is real, bro. I don't know if you've ever seen a pothead 20 minutes removed from smoking. I mean, they will rip your face off, bro. Bath salt style.
I
These
know
are
this guy who
dangerous
smoked
people.
weed once and he got really high.
Fucking tragic. I'm slapping the shit out of the F key right now.
Now, the thing is like, you can drive high, that's fine, but like, you need to have a few drinks to like take the edge off. You gotta balance yourself out. That's what these people aren't understanding, because like, you take some like fucking dabs or
They haven't
whatever,
done the
and now you're on
science.
the road.
Yeah.
You're a little, you have anxiety and like, you're questioning your decisions too much. When you have some drinks in you, it's like, oh, I no longer feel anxious. Now I know I'm
Yeah.
doing the right thing. I don't care which lane I'm in. Like, there's no other cars on the road
Take a
now. I can be in
Xanax,
this.
drink a couple beers.
Oh yeah, man.
You gotta
It's all about
balance
balance.
yourself out. That's what centrism is about. Radical centrism. It's about balancing yourself out.
Radical.
I feel radical as fuck right now, boys.
It's a side effect of being on the
I
program.
am Sonic the Hedgehog on a fucking skateboard escaping a semi-truck radical right now,
Give
guys.
this man a chili. Give this man a chili dog.
Chili dog. That motherfucker. I love that little spiky blue fuck.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog with a handgun right now. That's how radical I am.
Yo, that's way more radical. Holy shit.
I'm not gay.
Me either, bud. I'm not gay.
I don't know why the fuck that at that moment fucking set me off. But holy shit, bro.
So, speaking of radicals, do we have anything more we want to cover on drunk driver advocacy?
I'll show the page once more. For Loco, rookie drunk driver posting on Facebook. Let Zuckerberg know. Let him know what's on your mind. It's a great place for people who are passionate about a humanitarian subject can come together to talk about the benefits of beverage operation.
I should say I went to like your page earlier, and it gave me a little warning message that said this page has shared posts that violate our community standards. Review the post before liking the page.
Yeah, thank you, Zuck. That Moloch worshipping reptilian fuck. I would bend him over in front of his wife. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, he'd like it, buddy.
He would. I think he would. I think he'd probably molt from the pleasure. But
And since you're the dom in that situation, it's not gay.
it's not gay. Yeah, you're just it's do as the Romans do when in Rome. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Speaking of radicalization, I want to talk about these shootings that keep happening.
Not cool,
first
guys.
of all, not cool.
I disavow.
Not cool. We've been telling you to stop, and you don't listen.
We told you all to calm down. Put the guns away, man.
Guys. Hey, big guy, put the gun down. Let's talk.
What's the matter, big guy?
So, I want to shout out Sal, Shark Boy.
No, I want to
Sal.
shout him out. Okay, he wanted me. This is Micah. Okay, and I'm giving Sal and our one female viewer, his mom, a shout out right now. They're both big fans, so shout out to you guys.
Big
still
fat
don't
shout out.
know.
I'll chime in.
Yeah, don't know what a femme shark boy is, but you keep being you, bro.
Wouldn't that just be like Lava Girl, but as Shark Boy? Just like the gender swap? I don't know, man. I'm just throwing my 2 cents in.
Only if he's a redhead.
Only.
So, one of the reasons I wanted to shout him out in this segment specifically is because all of these shootings that keep happening, a lot of them, it comes down to this great white shark replacement theory, right?
Yeah.
And it's the idea that these people have, right, that these great white sharks are being culled from society. Their population numbers, 3,500 exist in the world today.
Yeah, something like that.
Fucking sad, right?
Right, and they're being replaced, and so all these environmentalists keep going on about how long-nosed saw sharks are responsible for the great white shark replacement.
Yeah.
And you see this stuff happening. I don't know. I just don't get how shooting a grocery store is helping those sharks.
Orion, what the fuck are you talking about?
Especially when those sharks don't reproduce with fellow great white sharks or build the great white shark community. It seems very self-centered for him to just go in a feeding frenzy like that.
Well,
I
they blame these long-nosed saw sharks, but maybe if they started families instead of playing Xbox and smoking weed and hanging out on Discord,
in their underwater caverns, it's like people don't even realize that sharks do all these fucking things.
Now, I actually haven't read any of these manifestos. This is about sharks, right? I just saw Great White Replacement Theory.
This is the first big shark event since the Christchurch shark event, so I think everyone's eyes are on it. Everyone can smell the blood in the water, no pun intended.
I don't really buy into it, you guys. I don't really think that that's what's going on.
I think he had monkeypox.
No.
I think it sent him over the edge.
But we all know we've
going
seen
guerrilla mode.
we've seen this happen time and time again, okay, where, you know, some kid goes on an internet forum and he gets radicalized, and, you know, who's to know who's radicalizing him? Okay, it could be federal agents, could be federal agents, could also be people that, you know, are bored and they want to see, you know, they want to ruin some kid's life, and, you know,
Classic Christian event.
he's already a cringe, you know, neck beard virgin incel, whatever you want to call him. And, you know, it can't get any worse for him. So he figures,
avoider.
yeah, I'll take this ideology that I just learned about 2 seconds ago, and I'll run with it to the most extreme place I can. And, you know, I tend to lean more on that side because I think we could all agree here. Federal agents are pretty much all centrists. I think we know this to be true.
Absolutely. Because
so
guess what? Their
the-
beliefs are hard center depending on how much money they're getting in from who. And I respect that.
What party's in office? They're just doing their jobs, yo. And so
Yeah,
the
exactly.
idea that this wing cuck shooter was a Fed, or he was groomed by Feds, it annoys me. And it comes back to the same vein of QAnon conspiracies of, oh, the Feds are perpetrating these attacks to get guns banned. Well, guess what? Guess what, dumbass? Okay, if guns get banned, then the Feds also wouldn't be able to have guns. It makes absolutely no sense.
Absolutely owned, bro.
Kill
See,
shot.
Those are the facts and logic
Kill
that we're here
shot.
for.
So that's the way I look at the whole, you know, oh, is he a Fed? Is he a glowy as you might hear? No,
Well, it's kind of like calling
not.
everybody
Get over
feds
it.
is kind of the rightoid cope for
It
like.
is.
It's kind of like the same as how like communists are always like, oh, he's actually a secret Nazi. It's like, oh, he's actually a secret Fed, and it's
Everyone's
like,
a
no, actually,
white supremacist. Everyone's a Fed. Like, why can't we all just be both? You know what I mean? Like, centrism, true radical centrism.
Well, it's like, you know, these people just can't cope with the fact that, you know, their movement's gay. Their ideas are gay. And this is the real life implementation of your ideas, is this gay shit happening that, like, it's totally counterintuitive to actually, like, accomplishing what your goals are, right?
And a Fed is not doing this, okay? A Fed is doing mundane work at the office. He's going home to his wife and kids, and he's going outside and grilling, okay?
He is.
That's what a Fed does.
For God's sake, man. If all we could do is grill.
The world would be a better place if we were all Feds.
We all grill together, we all chill together.
Do you know how many of our audience members have reached out to me and said, like, yo, I'm a Fed, like, I really appreciate what you're doing here, like, there's not a lot of advocates for us in the media these days, so to see you out here, you know, taking our virtues, our ideas, and signal boosting them, that's huge for us. We don't get enough of that. Feds are centrist. Radically centrist.
And Feds do have feelings. They can feel their kneecaps get smoked by a 12 gauge. Hey, I didn't know that dog was made out of tannerite and full of steel bearings. Okay, it's honest mistake.
It could happen to anyone, bro.
Anyone, dude. You know, I've stacked up before, and you never know when that tannerite dog's gonna come out of nowhere. Because you know what? I see a dog, I shoot it. That's all I say, man.
You don't know that dog's intentions.
Yeah, exactly. It could
be
doing something sinister. It could be advocating for Big Sober. It could be saying drunk driving is not allowed.
It could be concealing evidence, yeah.
I don't trust them. You know, dogs eat shit too. You're right. Concealing evidence. Dogs ate my homework all throughout, elementary, middle, and high school. My teachers, bro, they didn't believe me because guess what? My teachers were also bankrolled by the ATF. So
you will literally, if you've ever had a dog, you will notice. You'll like fucking turn around and just catch at the last second that they are chewing on something, and you didn't actually see what it is that they picked up, and you're just like, what the fuck are you eating? What the fuck are you eating? There was nothing on the floor. I swear to God.
Right. If there was
Sketchy
food
as
on the
hell.
floor and a dog ate it and no one was there to see it, then did the food ever exist? You know, it's a great philosophical question of our time.
Those are the great philosophical questions we have to ask ourselves, you know, on this centrist program. And I appreciate
Radical
that you
centrist
did
program.
that. And I
Yes,
appreciate
thank you.
that you make that distinction too, because there's a huge difference there.
We are rad,
like,
not sad,
dude,
bro.
Bro, like regular centrists will be like, oh, why don't we all just come together and, you know, stop fighting, and, you know, why don't we all just learn to agree on things? And radical centrists are like, no, let's all keep fighting. Let's get the left cucks and the rightoids, and let's get them in a fucking like Thunderdome environment.
Fact.
And we know what the right solutions are. We're just not going to give them to you.
Exactly. We're
Fuck
not
yourself,
getting
'cause you're
any
cringe.
solutions from first to final. You're not getting any of them.
You have to pay a premium subscription fee to know what the answers are.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And I don't think that any of the pores could really nut up. I don't think any of these guys got
no.
the money to throw around. Because guess what? I'm beard up all the fucking time. I'm driving around in a shit box that hasn't been relevant since 2002. Okay, I got money. I'm big money, you know? I pull up in my 2002 Ford Taurus. I come out dressed like a cowboy and I go, I know how you city slickers do things, but down south, well, we do things a little different down here. I have a cigar in my mouth, a beer in my hands, and the keys are still in the fucking ignition, boys, all the time, 24/7.
You gotta save time. You're a busy man. You know,
Always.
you don't have time to look for your keys in your pocket with your fat wallet, like obscuring it with all that money in there.
Yeah, the poors don't get it, man. If I drink
don't
my
get
beer
it.
while I'm driving, I'm wasting less time.
Exactly. You know, it's time management. It really is. And you know, when people like you and me, when we drunk drive, we don't crash and burn. But you know who has crashed and burned lately? It was George W. Bush.
Womp womp.
Like a Boeing 747. He just fucking went up in smoke.
Please
buddy.
clap. Please clap. Please clap, guys.
Look, I used to really respect George W. Bush. Like, you know, when I was growing up, like the formative years of my life, he was president of the United States, right?
Yeah.
And so I would look at him every day and I'd be like, that's my guy right there. Like, he looks like a monkey, but he's white. Like, that's pretty cool.
Curious George. Oh,
This guy rules. It is kind of funny that we had like back-to-back monkey presidents. But
shoe
anyways,
dodging champion.
I know Bill Clinton, man. He really was.
Yeah,
dude.
Bill
He was-
Clinton. He was monkeying around all the time in the Oval Office.
I have to put a cigar up Miss Lewinsky's butthole. It's imperative to my success as president. What a goofball.
so, you know, I look at like what Bush has done. I'm going to show this video. You know, I'm sure many of you have already seen it, but it really like made me question some of the decisions he's made, which I've never done before. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that up.
My body is ready.
In contrast, Russian elections are rigged.
So
Political
true.
opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. Of Ukraine.
No.
Iraq. Anyway.
The audience laughed their fucking
75.
Christ.
Oh my God.
Bush.
Oh,
That motherfucker knew.
Oh,
God damn.
no.
How do you think, dude? Okay, let's be honest. Let's give this guy some credit. He's a clairvoyant, clearly. Okay? It's the psychic energy interfering with his mind. Because think about, what did George Bush know? He knew that guy was going to throw a shoe at him, and he knew that those drone-piloted 747s were going to hit the World Trade Center. That dude can see the future. The only explanation, I'm telling you, it's that Texan blood. It lets you see the future, and that's how he made such a good drive too. That's why he was a formidable golfer. He could see exactly where the ball would land and when it would land.
Right,
just like
he
you could
used to
see
be.
when the Northern Tower would be struck.
He used to be. And, you know, that's why we made him our president, is because, you know, he had this wisdom, this perhaps even clairvoyance, because he made, you know, all these decisions that I look back and I agree on them. You know, I say, you did a fantastic job, man. And I loved everything you did. You were like my guy growing up. But then I see him like in this video, he makes that flub and he says, I meant Ukraine and Iraq too. That's like, is it eating at your conscience? Is that what's happening here? Because I don't want leaders that have like a conscience, that have like regret. They need to be strong and cold. They need to be like stewards of democracy. They need to be able to, you know, effectively push their policy. And for them to like go back and be like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, you already fucking did it, bud. All right, let's get real here. Like, you need to own it, and you need to make people understand that it was a good idea. He's giving into media pressure to say that he made a mistake when he didn't.
And I feel where you're coming from, and I really think that George Bush, he's kind of like that extra drink, that last extra drink that maybe you didn't need, that you have at the
That
end
one
of,
last
of
gasp
a
of
long
breath at the
night.
end of the night.
Like, yeah, and it's like at the time, 20 years ago, it seemed like a good idea, but now it's you're paying it back.
Dude, okay, can I posit a hypothetical real quick, boys?
Hit me.
Who would
with
you put
it.
money on in a fight? George Floyd or Rodney King? Who wins? Straight up fisticuffs.
Oh, Floyd.
Prison rules.
Floyd the landlord.
Floyd the landlord? Yeah.
Floyd the land. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be Floyd the landlord.
Do you think he just bend Rodney over, honestly?
It depends. Like if he has like do they have like neck protection or like protective gear of any type?
How
like,
much access do they have to fentanyl? That's also another big one.
Yeah, are they going to be sober leading up to this, or are they left to their own devices?
Hey man, well, I want to congratulate George Floyd. I think it's been 2 years sober now, 1 year sober.
Now Rodney King never had the ability to do fentanyl. We never gave him that shot.
The system robbed him, and I'm mad. They did so much to that man.
Now,
fentanyl is a human right.
What are you talking about? He didn't die.
The next step on it is like, yeah, I'm a fentanyl using driver.
I
drive on
fentanyl
fentanyl.
user. Ethically sourced fentanyl. It wasn't made by Uyghurs, I promise.
Now to get back to this George Bush thing, I don't know if you noticed, but at the end of the video, Bush says, "I'm 75." That's like his last little line there. Like, I'm 75, right. And he does that to like hand wave away his cognitive decline.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's like, okay, but our president's 79, and like all these like fucking reptilian lizard people in Congress are also like your same age. So you're being like, excuse the fact that I'm literally retarded now. I'm 75. It's like, so are all the people in charge of everything, man. That's not a good thing.
It's fucking crazy. Like, Nancy Pelosi looks like a dried scrotum. Fucking Mitch McConnell looks like a tortoise.
I still would, though.
That's fair. I mean, you know what I mean? Coked up granny would give you the best gummer of your whole life. So, like, it's a goal. Any hole's a goal. Especially, that's clout. I mean, it's clout. You go, like, I am not a hardline Democrat, but I fuck Nancy Pelosi. Like, come on. That's clout.
Yeah. I'll trade my tip for some of her stock tips,
Fact.
Because she's making money.
That's more clout than AOC. If you fucked AOC, it would be like, okay, good for you, man. But you fucked Pelosi, they go, that took guts, kid. You got what it takes.
I think we got to go easy on our. I think we got to go a little bit easier on our boy George Bush, because I mean, even if it was a Freudian slip, it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong.
Fact.
No.
I think we all know this is how he felt. Like, do you really? Okay, be honest. Do you really think that Iraq was his decision? Okay, do you really think any of that shit was his decision, or do you think any foreign policy action is the president's decision? Like,
yes.
I'll be honest with you.
I have no idea how democracy works. Yes,
I'll be honest. The only thing that I would say is that Bush, having been in like Skull and Bones, and his dad probably watching him jack off for initiation, I think that dude's like twisted and probably has some problems. Very base. No, I would argue that like nothing's off limits for a lot of these people. I think being born into that situation, I guess, like either you're cut out for it or you're not. Now George Bush, the fucking New World Order cabal grilled him. They're like, dude, can you fly planes into buildings? Can you give Israel all your fucking pocket change, bro? Like, can you do it? Are you our guy? And George W. Bush said, yeah, I'm a simple man from Texas. I'll do whatever you want. And they went with it. And now someone like Jeb Bush, who has to ask you to please clap, George Bush would never. No.
You stop. Do not disrespect Jeb Bush on the Grillcast. No, you shut the fuck up, dude. I'm about to kick you off the fucking show. No! If you ever keep Jeb Bush's name out your fucking mouth, boy. Okay? That is our king.
I think he would have swept in 2016. I will say that much.
Oh,
I know I sound like a hater, but like that would have been Jeb off the charts. It would have been one big yellow bar. No one would have come close. He is the radical centrist option, to be honest.
It wouldn't have been an election. It would have been an anointment.
It would have been the biggest sweep Oh, well, I'd say prior to Morbius, if it had happened. I don't think Morbius could have competed.
Well, the thing is like the reason that Jeb failed is because he had that baggage from George W. Bush's presidency. All these
Fact.
people,
Yeah.
again, like they're saying that like Iraq was like this whole bad thing and Afghanistan and we should have never done that. But do you know why he did it? He fucking did it because that's what all these mouth breathing wink huck retards wanted. They were screaming for it. Oh, they knocked down our blocks in New York. You gotta go get them, Bush. He had no fucking choice. And so when we put that on George W. Bush, like he was just doing what we wanted him to do. That is like, he's taking all of this energy, all of this regret, all of this blame for something that was collectively decided because we're a democracy.
Yeah,
That's how
if you were to
democracy works.
The
If you had
president can never
taken-
be the problem, if you think about it, boys.
It
The
really
president's
comes
never
down
the
to Jeb's
problem.
name, though. It comes down to his name. We all know
It doesn't
If
hit
they had
the
a,
same.
if they had taken the Bush out, right? If they had taken Jeb's last name Bush and replaced it with like Epstein or something, he would have
To
won
be-
in a landslide.
Yes. To be fair, he
Jebediah
did- he did-
Epstein.
Or
his
something.
campaign, it was Jeb exclamation point, which might I add, slaps
Yeah,
tits.
he
Excellent choice.
tried to ditch the Bush, but I mean
Fact.
it's
He's his own man, unlike George W. and George H.W. No integrity. Jeb's where it's
Yeah,
at.
I'm a bug.
I revoke my prior statement. I feel like it was a character misjudgment on my end, boys.
thank you.
Jeb is misunderstood. The
Thank
guac
you.
merchant will always win. He will always come out on top. Okay.
Do you know
Some
how
bushes
quality
need
those
baseball
guac bowls
teams.
are?
What's that?
I have like 10 of those guac bowls he sold. They fucking work really well, man.
I'm fucking jealous. I bet that motherfucker knows how to craft a fucking excellent guac bowl.
Now, when I'm talking about Bush here and why I'm disappointed in him, it's because he's allowed this pressure. These people all collectively blaming him for really what they pushed him to do, and having a guilty conscience. We can't have leaders like that. And no amount of like gay dog paintings or like, oh, here's a fallen soldier. That's not gonna ease his conscience. He feels this forever. He's not a real leader. But I have a video showing how a real leader from the same era handles the guilt of murdering hundreds of thousands of sand people.
Well, and I have argued that when you invade a sovereign nation, that is a war crime. I mean, I think we're at just a real basic point there.
Well, I'd agree. It is certainly against every principle of international law and international order, and that's why throwing the book at them now in terms of economic sanctions and punishments is also a part of it. And I think the world is there. Certainly NATO is there. He's managed to unite NATO in ways that I didn't
My
think I would ever
dead-eyed
see
queen.
again after the end of the Cold War.
Really?
She looks like a fucking Vulcan, or like a.
Like, do you see how she handles
No,
that?
what are the
you
fucking
see-
ones from Star Trek with the wrinkled fucking foreheads?
I don't
What's that
know. I don't watch
species?
Star Trek because I'm not gay. But
I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not fucking Star Wars or Star Trek at this point. I'd rather just grill.
Exactly, my friend. So when we look at this, we see how a real leader handles this. She's out there talking about Ukraine with another base Black Fox host, and
Absolutely.
the Fox host says like Russia's like invading a sovereign nation. You can't do that. And what does Condoleezza Rice do? She doesn't blink. I don't think she ever blinks. I think she's incapable of blinking. And like she doesn't feel any which way about it, no tells, nothing like that. She just says, "Oh yes, now we must take out Russia to defend Ukraine." She just says the line. She just says the line.
the
That's what we
line,
need
Bart.
that's what we need from our leaders. Just say the fucking line. Don't be feeling bad about shit. You're nothing but a vessel for us to insert our will into, okay? And to have you execute that will. What was it in the 2000s? It was murdering hundreds of thousands of sand people because somebody knocked down our blocks in New York.
Because,
Okay?
Someone echo.
Somebody
who
did
could it
that.
be
And we
now?
needed to take them out. As a nation, we collectively needed that. Okay?
Yeah, it
and
would have
that's
saved
how
the taxpayer millions, bro.
Exactly.
Somebody had to do something about Saddam's big penis. I mean missiles. Okay, and he definitely had.
He had Howard Stern energy for sure. Boys, I will say though, Bush doing 9/11, the meme that defined multiple generations. Okay, even Zoomers know of the mythical Bush did 9/11. And there's a lot of
They don't
speculation.
even know who he is. They're like,
It's
the band
true.
Bush did 9/11?
He's the funny man who does the paintings in 9/11. So it's like,
And
I don't know. I mean, I know another painter in history who is known for his other actions other than painting, and it's you have to get in touch with the man in a way that's not political or artistic. A
I'd
man's
say what
soul
you want
lies
about-
somewhere in the middle.
Say what you want about Hitler, but at least he never like showed remorse.
Exactly.
You know,
He, like,
that
followed
weakens
through,
a
man.
nation.
Fact.
Like when Bush shows remorse, it makes me feel like maybe I should feel remorse instead of like blaming him for everything that's wrong with me as a surrogate for my father.
Fact.
And when I see that, it makes me feel bad and I get angry.
I get real
I
mad.
do have to get out of here pretty soon, guys. So Micah, buddy, you got that?
Oh, yeah, so,
you got that
to-
last segment for us. What's going on, big guy?
Yeah, to close out the show, I'm bringing you guys a breaking article, and by breaking I mean within the last week. Fuck you, I don't care.
Based?
Written by Vice News, our friends at Vice News, because
Oh,
of fucking
man.
course. Of course, this is Vice News. The title of which is "Fired by Starbucks. A union organizer now wears his fursuit to rallies." He's quoted as saying, "It gave me more confidence than I've ever had in my entire life." And we got a clip of him speaking at this rally. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it.
Let's fucking go.
Hello, my name is Michael Vestigo. Right now, you can call me Apollo. Oh, no. I was hired on to Starbucks on November 2nd, 2020. And I had been with the company for about a year and a half. Then, on April 1st, like a bad April Fool's Day joke, I was fired from the company for being supposedly violent and threatening.
Oh, a furry?
No.
Does this
Violent?
Violent and threatening? No, absolutely not. I made the mistake during the PDC. When they asked me what some of my weaknesses were, I told them that I have a difficult time standing up for myself. So they targeted me. I believe they targeted me for this termination. They turned around and called me violent and threatening, but kept me in the store.
I mean,
for
homie is a
3
wolf,
weeks.
to be fair.
I don't think so. You don't keep someone who's
What does he sound
violent
like
and
the fucking
threatening
Great
on the
Kazoo?
floor for 3 weeks. It doesn't make any sense. And the message I come bearing today is one of power. I want to let everybody know, all the small people out there, for
All the
Starbucks,
small
for other
people?
workers, for other jobs, corporations, whatever. It does not matter how big
the
or how
swiperations?
small you are. As evidenced by the Roastery and Amazon, you can organize a large number of people to unionize against these corporations.
bro.
He
sounds made up.
16 people. We had 16 baristas, and we organized. And
6 million
we went on
baristas.
strike after another coworker was accused of stealing $20,000 over the course of 8 months. So we organized and we went on strike. And even though we may be small, that day we filled up that parking lot
Oh, God, I
with
think
members
that's
of the
going somewhere
community,
else.
with other labor unions, with support for the community.
We may be small, but
is
we
my
filled up
message
that
for
Fox
everybody.
bubble.
Don't be afraid to unionize. You have the support.
I'm more offended by like that fat chick there than I am by the fursuit, to be honest. But like, fuck, man, like this
Sports
makes me
Illustrated
want
better
to.
call that bitch. Let's go.
This makes me want to rail against leftism so hard, dude. Like, even like the parts we have now, like they're at a public park. Like, we shouldn't have those anymore. Like, if that guy can be there, like, no, no more public parks.
Get him out of there. Throw him
No
out.
more.
The unintended consequence.
Bring that guy to the fucking animal control center.
Confiscate his coat.
Put him
take
down.
His jacket.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, it's just it's like you're saying, like nobody wants to associate. Like I literally support like a lot of these like things, like the fucking four-day work week, or like the fucking wages to match inflation and like all this other shit. But like if I have to associate with these people to do that, I just don't care. I'll just be poor. I will literally just be poor and live with that rather than associate with people who are cringe.
These people are so cringe that they make
That is a
bug
reality.
and pod sound based at times.
For them. We need to put them all there.
No, for
Facts.
us.
Send
And
them to
this
the
is what
FEMA
they don't
camp.
understand. They're always complaining about the right. Like, but I understand it. We understand it. We understand why they won't come together on these economic populist issues. It's because you guys are retarded and fags, and nobody wants to hang out with you.
Fair, bro. I mean,
why are you voting against your self-interest? It's like, because I'm not going to be on video next to a fat chick.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not because
happening.
It's not because they love like sucking corporate dick and balls. It's because they don't like you. They just don't want to be around you. They don't love corporations.
Petty. It is biting your nose to spite your face. I mean, we've known this for a while, man. The thing is that I've noticed recently is that people shit on centrist, regular or radical, about, oh, it seems more like you're siding with the right. Like, if you're not a leftoid, then you've got to be like just wing cucked to the right to the max. And to me, it's always been insulting because, like, I was super, super duper, like, actual midline centrist in, like, 2013 to, like, 2016-ish. But then the minute, like, Trump came into the mix, I was like, people are really just fucking going overboard, making this a bigger deal than it is, on both sides. But it was easier to sympathize with right-wing politics because I was like, leftoids just have this huge persecution complex that defies reality, whereas right-wingers, like, they just kind of overblow it. They exaggerate a bit. I'd rather just take the exaggeration. Someone like Tucker Carlson, when he stares into the fucking camera back at the retard saying retarded shit at him, like, I feel that. I resonate with that. I can't do that with, like, a Don Lemon, who I know is just staring at a teleprompter with a cock in the other hand. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a fair way to look at things. I would say that, like, there's this thing amongst centrists where they're like, oh, these leftoids are being, like, ridiculous. Now I want, maybe I sympathize more with the rightoids. And the best way to, like, cleanse yourself of that, the chemotherapy for it, if you will, is to, like, ingratiate yourself into a right-wing community. Because you will see, like, oh, wait, these people are, like, the same. These people are just as awful and annoying, and I hate
horseshoe
them.
theory is not a fucking joke, and anyone who thinks that it's not real is delusional as shit.
It's been confirmed so many times, horseshoe theory.
The problem is that the left-wing cringe gets pushed in your face.
That is fair.
You have to have like a vested interest in hanging out in right-wing spaces to realize how bad it can
I realized really quick, man, like, it's just a lot of people who, like, have a hypocritical lifestyle compared to their belief system, supposedly.
That too.
It's like you get into a group chat full of apparently based trad-pilled chads, and they're talking about, like, futanari porn, and I'm like,
like,
you guys are fucked up.
shit.
Like, you know, what makes you different from the opposite end of things? Like, just fucking... I'm not even asking people to live a certain lifestyle. I'm just asking people not to, like, pose lifestyles. I know who I am. Like, I'm a 9-to-5er. Like, I work in a fucking industry where my job is to make sure people have, like, fucking, like, running water so they can fucking shower and shit. So for me, it's like, I've always considered that, like, the honorable way to live. Even if, like, it's to your own detriment. Maybe that sounds old-fashioned, but, like, I truly believe in... I guess that's what draws me to centrism, is that I'm working class. So I see the left who wants workers' rights, and I see the right that wants workers' dignity, and I want to, like, bridge that gap. Do you know what I mean?
But then a furry steps in between the two.
A furry steps in, like, get in the cobalt mine. Make me a Tesla, you fuck.
Yeah, if this guy shows up to your Starbucks, if any of you Starbucks workers are listening and you care about unionizing or whatever, and this guy, don't let this guy get involved. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. You need a gatekeep, gaslight, gatekeep, grill boss. It's true.
Grill boss,
dude.
Grill boss. That's a fucking
grill boss.
Clip that,
buddy.
It's the goods, bro.
Here's the thing I like about you is, like, you keep saying things that, like, I agree with so much. Gatekeeping is so important. It's so important. It has, like, this negative connotation, like, oh, you just want to keep people out because, you know, you think you're better than them. It's like, I don't think I'm better than these people. I know I am. I know for a fact I am. Look at that fucking fat chick next to that furry. I'll stand with that furry, but that fat chick, get that bitch away from me. She's nasty.
Such is the way of life, brother.
She shouldn't even have to, like, if she lost some weight, she wouldn't even have to, like, be at this fucking, like, union shit. She'd just have a husband who would take care of her. But no, now she's inserting her fat face into the situation, like, oh yeah, and they should give us longer lunch breaks too. I can't finish my lunch in 30 minutes. And it's like, no, that's not what we're doing here, lady. What?
You know what's funny too though is like I'm also fat pilled when it comes to that shit. Like I'm the heaviest I've been in my life at this point. But I work a physical job. So like so much more of me is muscle. Like you throw someone like me.
It's called the Alex Jones body type, my friend.
Fat.
You're
No,
not
I'm not
fat.
even kidding.
You have
That's
the
literally
Alex
how I'm
Jones
built.
body type. Me too, buddy. Me too.
It's all beer gut, and the rest of it's just fucking just lean muscle. And that's like my thing. Is I go.
Damn.
You can tell the difference between like an indulgent body, like a beer body like mine, and a soy body. There's a difference between like the hard laborer and Redditor phenotype.
You can tell who got fat from like, eating too many steaks and burgers and like drinking beer, but also being like physically active. And who got fat on like Impossible Whoppers and staring at a screen all day.
You're not shitting me though, because like the phytoestrogen thing is like it's real. People fucking joke about it all the time. It's one of those memes, but it's like compare the health of basic shit like beard, skin complexion, shit like that, between dudes who just cook more of their meals, like red meat, and fucking get plenty of like complex carbohydrates, versus somebody who does the Burger King soy diet, doesn't exercise, cubicle living lifestyle. It's a whole different
I don't know,
vibe.
man. I think I look pretty good.
I don't think I look good, and that's the thing is like there are people that I'd objectively say were not as good looking as me, but I have no excuse.
Right.
You get what I'm saying. Like you could be at objectively the hottest you've been in your whole life, but if you don't respect yourself, then like you ain't done. You know what I mean?
That's some grill boss shit, bro. Respect yourself. You're a king.
Grill pilled.
You're a king. Respect yourself.
Well, you guys are fucking personality wise. You guys are fun as fuck to talk to. You're legitimately entertaining. You have healthy fucking worldviews. But at the end of the day,
I don't know about that one, buddy. I do not have a healthy worldview. I am fucked, dude. Let's be real here.
Maybe our worldviews are only unhealthy because the rest of the world has an unhealthy view. You get what I'm saying? Like
I do like to blame society for my problems.
Society.
I'm a jonkler. I'm a jonkler guy. I'm a twisted psychopath. I feel like society's treaded upon me far too many times.
Now, boys, I got to get the fuck out of here. But, I want to give you, Drunkmin, one more chance to shill your page. This is a segment we call the Grillcast, where you go and, let us know where we can find you. And, let's hear some of that.
Absolutely epic. I respect the rhyme time, prime time rhyme scheme there. It's fucking delectable. It's delicious. As I would expect, fellow grillers and killers like yourselves. You guys can find me.
All right, man, I said I have to get the fuck out of here. Hurry up.
I'm sorry. You can find me on Facebook at 4Loco, a rookie drunk driver posting. Fuck Zuck, he sucks cock. But thank you guys so much for having me on. Link in the description. There'll be some editing
comment,
magic,
subscribe.
all that shit. Yeah, ring the fucking bell. If you don't ring the bell, I'll ring your neck. I will find you. I know your IP address.
That's a good one.
I'm living in your walls and I'm living in your basement, sawing your floor joist.
And that's an actionable threat. This guy's not joking.
That is.
I am.
This Alex Jones body type motherfucker's coming for you if you don't hit
You
that
do not
bell.
want him showing up to your house at 3 a.m.
I will drive through your fucking front door.
Drunk.
Responsibly, though. Purposefully.
Responsibly, of course.
All right, guys. This has been a great show. You'll have to come back on sometime. Peace out, my GRILLAS!
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said on Zoomer. Everything cooler long as I'm not lower lumen. If you think I'm not number one, I just spread that rumor. Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking Gucci. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit.
My girlfriend's making faces at me. I don't think she appreciated being screamed at for a beer earlier.